Welcome to the Impakt IQ Masterclass. Today we're going to explore how business value has fundamentally changed and why systems used to measure and manage it must evolve too. We call this shift Economics 3.0, the era of the intangible sustainable economy. Over the past 30 years, enterprise value has completely inverted. Where once companies were valued primarily on tangible assets, things like buildings, machinery, and inventory, now the majority of enterprise value comes from intangible and sustainable assets. In today's economy, tangible plus intangible plus sustainable equals total enterprise value. This represents one of the most profound shifts in modern business history, a move from what we can see to what we must understand. This change isn't theoretical, it's happening in real time now. Some examples: 60% of global GDP is already governed by sustainability disclosure mandates. 98% of Fortune 1000 companies report on their ESG performance. Over 40 global jurisdictions now require sustainability reporting aligned with IFRS sustainability and ISSB standards. What's driving this is investors, regulators, insurers, and customers are all demanding visibility into how companies create value beyond their balance sheet. We now live in an intangible sustainable economy where up to 90% of enterprise value resides in things you cannot touch, like innovation, trust, reputation, and resilience. Yet legacy systems built for a tangible industrial world haven't kept pace. This disconnect leaves business leaders flying blind when it comes to what truly defines performance, risk, and valuation, and resilience. Let's define these assets. Tangible assets are physical: property, equipment, cash, things you can touch. Intangible assets include intellectual property, culture, and relationships, often the drivers of innovation and loyalty, which do overlap with sustainable assets. Sustainable assets actually are overlap with intangible assets, and they're defined as those that ensure resilience, like climate readiness, ethics, governance, and social and human capital. Together, these three asset classes make up the whole picture of enterprise value. From Economics 1.0 to 3.0, the evolution of value, we've moved through three distinct eras of economic management. Economics 1.0 was the industrial era, where tangible assets defined success. Economics 2.0, the digital and knowledge era, where innovation and brand became the new engines of value, but systems remained static and siloed. Now we've entered Economics 3.0, the whole systems era, where everything is connected: operations, finance, people, and planet. Value today is systemic, and managing it requires a new kind of intelligence. The systemic gap. Problem is that most organizations are still managing with tools built for Economics 1.0 or 2.0. These systems are fragmented, siloed, static, and incomplete, leaving risks unquantified and opportunities unrealized. Impakt IQ solves this gap. We translate intangible and sustainable performance into auditable, investor-grade business intelligence, making the invisible measurable, reportable, and actionable. A whole system solution is critical. Today, this whole system solution is essential for companies. Impact IQ is the missing layer connecting sustainability, operations, and finance, static systems, and dynamic systems. When we integrate the static and dynamic systems, we see the full story, a complete data-driven view of enterprise value. That's the future of performance management. Risks and opportunities. Here's the reality. Unmanaged intangible assets become risks. Blind spots eventually surface as financial, reputational, or operational damage. But when these assets are managed dynamically, they create growth. Insights become foresight and opportunities, enabling innovation, capital access, and resilience, as well as brand preference. Managing intangible and sustainable assets isn't just about compliance. It's about strategic and financial advantage. Introducing Impact IQ. We are the first platform to quantify the 90% of enterprise value hidden in intangible and sustainable assets. Our platform measures performance, risk, and value with the same rigor as financial reporting. For the first time, business leaders can see and manage their entire value system. Think of Impact IQ as the operating system for Economics 3.0. It bridges sustainability, operations, and finance, giving you a single investor-grade view of performance. It's not just reporting, it's management intelligence for the new economy. Here's how it works. First, we assess what's material by industry and sector and jurisdiction, as well as compliance requirements. Then we analyze performance through KPIs and IM scores, which we call Intangible Asset Management scores. They're like FICO or S&P scores, but for intangibles, but they still follow the same rigors as the financial requirements to establish a FICO or S&P score. Next, we align the KPIs with every operational division across departments, and we correlate those to the operational P&L. So intangible KPIs can be correlated to P&L and ROI. Then we take that data and the scores, and they're verified throughout the system, and we follow general accounting audit principles. So they are verified and auditable for investor-grade dashboards and reporting. We go from assessment to assurance, so Impact IQ turns complexity into clarity. Some of our features. So our IM framework standardizes the management of intangible and sustainable assets. Our platform aligns with financial management methodology and reporting periods. This slide shows a sample of our intangible asset KPI P&L. And again, it aligns with the financial P&L, so you can compare your IM score to actually financial performance and understand the impacts of your intangible business practices on your financial performance. We simplify complex sustainability data into clear, comparable, and actionable insights. Every data point is mapped, measured, and aligned with global financial standards, ensuring your sustainability story is credible and investment ready. The IM scorecard, seen below on this slide, gives leaders a complete executive level view of performance, customizable by operational division, asset class, dimension, scope, etc. It highlights risks, opportunities, and strengths across key operational and sustainability areas. This is enterprise intelligence for the age of Economics 3.0. The future of business is holistic, measurable, and transparent. Impakt IQ empowers companies to manage the 90% of value that was once invisible, bringing together financial-grade rigor and sustainability intelligence. Thank you for joining the Impakt IQ Masterclass.